Welcome back to another exciting episode of Nerd Stay Out. This is actually episode 1.5 that I promised in the last podcast with the whole aliens built the pyramids. And I'm going to run with this one for at least like 10 to 15 minutes.
The floor is yours, sir.
You have no input on this.
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of crazy ragamuffins out here thinking that aliens built the pyramids. I just personally think that maybe ancient Egyptians are a little bit smarter than we give them credit for.
All right. I mean, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not saying that history is wrong. Me personally, I don't subscribe to the theory that aliens built the pyramids, but I thought it was funny since I did mention it. But yes, I'm gonna run with this one. Symbiotes built the mother flippin' pyramids. Yes, I'm saving that F bomb.
And your basis for this theory is
I don't have a theory on this actually, but I'm just gonna run with it. Hear me out. So, because I actually watched this on History Channel,
this is Conspiracy 101, folks. This is a conspiracy in the making. Right here, right now.
And basically, they were saying that based on the locations of each pyramid, that would have been really hard for them to predict and place where the pyramids are if they didn't have aerial views. So they're assuming that no one in the Egyptian time frame had anything to fly with. I mean, it's very possible that they did. It's very possible that they just, plotted them there because that's where they ended up. But basically, people are saying that it's impossible for them to have come out and gotten the shapes that they got with the pyramids when you connect them together without, like, either futuristic technology or like an aerial view.
Because this is going off based off the theory that they intentionally lined the pyramids like those constellations.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that they intentionally did it that way. Me personally, I think it just worked out that way. Because honestly, I think even if you go back just a few hundred years, the constellations probably were slightly different. I mean, stars do move. I think that it just so happened to line up with them eventually. But what I thought was funny was like all this whole thing got so much hype, and then this happened a couple years ago. But this all got so much hype behind it that it made it to National Geographic and it made it to History Channel, and I was like pretty impressed with like how far this conspiracy theory made it. But I'm here to tell you, it's probably wrong. There are no random aliens that built the pyramids. It was just slave labor. What?
I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
But I thought it was an interesting side note that I threw in there that I didn't intentionally like think of until it was that moment. But I mean, come on, what do you think? Do you think they built the pyramids and like dragged the stones up there? Do you think they had more technology than we give them credit for?
By technology, do you mean like advanced alien tech?
Nah, just like more.
Well, I mean, it's already documented that there were ramps and pulleys.
Yeah.
So they had a good basic knowledge of geometry and how to make that kind of thing work. So,
I mean, I think it's interesting because I love to stare at the pyramids sometimes.
I mean, I think
Just
somebody
look
broke
at
their friggin' back pushing those center blocks is what I think. You got a ginormous block of sand, and you got like 4 dudes and a mule pushing it.
I mean, I think it's interesting to look at. I think it's interesting to, think about how they built it and the size and the magnitude of these structures is impressive.
Well,
I mean,
what I think is more impressive is the Sphinx.
yeah,
Because pyramid is just a triangle. I mean, it's cool. It's a triangle. Everything is built on angles, right?
yeah,
So that sounds more feasible to me to put it together versus the Sphinx. The Sphinx, the shaping and all that, it's completely different. And then creating an actual face and all that stuff. So, like, I think if anything you want to put, there might have been a little bit extra going on, maybe on the Sphinx. But then again, too, I mean, there's also, like, if you look at the hieroglyphs and all that stuff, they clearly had, like, artisans that were master carvers to
yeah.
be able to. So, I mean, I guess you could have some sculptors on the job. It'd be the same difference. But, I mean, symbiotes touched down in 1000 BC and took over the first saber tooth, and I don't know, bro. Like, I'm waiting on your symbiote tie-in right now.
Oh, there was no actual symbiote tie-in. I just thought I'd throw a conspiracy theory podcast out there and see how many people we can get to hop on the bandwagon. I mean, let's be honest. I know.
I think if the symbiotes built the pyramids, we'd have a lot more pyramids.
Maybe. But let's be honest. We know at least like one of our friends who would love to get on with the conspiracy theory talk.
Ooh.
Jessica.
I don't want to talk about flat Earth.
Here's the kicker, though. Michael listens to like flat Earth debunkings at work all the time, and I think it's funny because like flat Earthers refuse to believe like proof. They refuse to like acknowledge proof.
Led to some pretty funny memes, though.
Yeah. But I mean, if the symbiotes touched down on Earth in 1000 BC, I think if they were in Egypt, I think they would have built more than pyramids. But I mean, not to take up too much time, but let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know what you think the symbiotes would have built in 1000 BC. Side note, the Sphinx are awesome. I do question how those were made. I do question how those were made.
Oh, the face, dude. That's what really, I want to know how they did the face.
Like, how much detail went into that. Stonehenge. Those are alien constructs. And that one round one?
That's Stonehenge.
Oh. What's the faces on Easter Island?
Faces. Literally. There's like stone pillars with faces carved into them, but they're like monosyllabic faces. They don't have any ears, or it's just like one big nose. Yeah.
I don't know what those are called. If you know what those are called, let us know.
Ooh,
I think those were alien things, and I think Stonehenge might have been alien influenced. I don't know why Stonehenge, but I think if anything were going to be an alien influenced, I think those two.
I think Stonehenge is a big sundial.
I think it is, but I'm just trying to conspiracy theory this out because we're only at like 9 minutes.
I mean, you run out of conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect this to be super long, but that was my conspiracy theory rant that I held off until now to do. Moai. But this video will go up this week. Also, anybody that knows how to upload a freaking podcast to Spotify, reach out to us. Let us know. Or, if you know what Spotify is looking for to start the process, let me know about that too.
We need an RSS feed.
I don't know what that is. I don't know how to set that up.
You gotta either do a website, your own website, or you go through like another streamer. It'll automatically turn into an RSS feed.
Oh my lord. So I'm gonna end it here. Hit that like button if you like this podcast. Smash that subscribe button and facepalm the thumbs up. Oh wait,
Whatever. And just remember that all nerds are not as good as we are. Deuces.
rude.